A traditional Spanish stew filled with delicious smoky Spanish meat, swimming in a broth with creamy butter beans. It's the ultimate comforting dish. Hi everybody and welcome to my kitchen. It's me, Manny from Manny's Made at Home. Today I want to show you a beautiful Spanish recipe straight from the northern regions of the country. We're going to be making the one, the only Fabada Asturiana. Let's look at the ingredients that we're going to need. This is one of the easiest recipes you're ever going to make. It originates from the north of Spain in a place called Asturias, and it's a very well-known dish throughout the entirety of Spain. We need some chorizo, we need some pancetta, and we need some morcilla or black pudding. Typically they come in these nice packages already. As I said, this is such a dish that everybody eats so often that when you go to a supermarket you can already buy these three meats together. These originate from Asturias. If you can manage it, try to get that. It will make a difference in the flavor and the overall dish. Alright, so I've got a pot here on my hob and I'm just going to go in with my chorizo and my pancetta. I've seen a lot of recipes that put in their morcilla now as well, but I'm not going to do that. This is going to be cooking for at least an hour and it might break apart on me, which I don't want, so I'll add that a little bit later. Alright, next I'm going to go in with my onion and also I've got some garlic. And that's basically it. The traditional way of cooking this, you would use raw butter beans. They're special ones from Asturias, which are called fabas or fabes. But today I'm going to be using pre-cooked ones, which means that our cooking time is going to be a lot shorter and we need to add them at the end. Otherwise, they'll completely fall apart if I put them in at the beginning. So I'm just going to top this up with water and bring it to the boil. After it comes to the boil, you might see that some impurities start coming out from the meat, so you can skim those off. We don't want that. I don't seem to have a lot of impurities, probably because I haven't added my beans yet. They will release a lot of kind of impurities and dirt that you really want to get rid of. And once you do that, then you can reduce to a simmer and let it cook for about 30 minutes and then we can move on. Okay, it's been about a half an hour now. Let's have a look. I can smell it already, it smells gorgeous. And that's pretty much exactly what you're looking for. You can see the oils from the chorizo are starting to come out. We're looking really good. Now we go in with the rest of our ingredients. I'm gonna add in my Pimentón Dulce. You can also use sweet paprika if you have that. This is of course Spanish. I'm gonna add in some Bayleaves as well. I'm gonna add in a little bit of oil. It is quite oily already as you can see, but this is extra virgin Spanish olive oil, so it's gonna give it a delicious extra flavor. Only about a tablespoon. Then I've got a little bit of saffron going in here as well. Finally, I'm gonna go in with my butter beans or my fabes and my beautiful Asturian morcilla. And I'm going to let this simmer for about 50 minutes and then we're pretty much ready to eat. And that is perfect. If you want to give this a stir, especially if you're using the raw beans, you don't stir it with a spoon because you might actually break them up, which you don't want. You just grab the pot a little bit and you give it a shake like this. And this helps to kind of move everything around and help the spices to be evenly distributed. At this point, you can also give it a taste for saltiness. All of the sausages and the pancetta is all already salted anyway, so you want to be careful not to overdo it. Mine tastes good as it is. It could do with a little bit more, but I'm tempted to add it to the served portion rather than here. Because as the meat sits, it's also going to kind of release more of that saltiness. But having said all of that, it smells absolutely gorgeous. Let me pour myself a bowl. I'm just gonna grab my sausage and using a scissors, I'm gonna cut it up. And I'm gonna do the same with my chorizo and my pancetta. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my broth and my beans. If you really wanted to, you could also slice up the onion and put it in there, or even blend it to help to thicken up your broth a little bit. But I'm not gonna do that today. And there it is, our delicious Fabada Asturiana. Right, nothing left to do but give it a try, my favorite. I'm gonna go straight in, getting some beans, some broth, and some meat. Oh my God, that's absolutely delicious. You can taste the smokiness and the spices from those sausages all throughout the broth. The textures are amazing as well. And the creaminess of the butter beans is just fantastic. I absolutely love this type of recipes. It's so comforting and it takes very little effort. My version is a lot quicker than the traditional one because there's no soaking of beans and there's no cooking them for hours on end, but you still get that beautiful texture and the delicious flavors throughout your broth from all the meats. Make sure you give it a try, you're not gonna be disappointed. If you enjoyed the recipe, make sure you give me a big like and leave me a comment below with your thoughts. If you love stews and you want to check out my stew recipe, I will leave a link in the description below. I've got stews from all over the world. Polish, Irish, and now Spanish. Share with all of your friends and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I've got delicious Spanish recipes coming up for the rest of the month. If you want to try this or any of my previous dishes and post them on Instagram, please make sure that you tag me. You know I love to see how you guys get on. With that, I'll leave it for this video and enjoy.